kills for Virtus Pro, but now we'll see what they can do with actual weapons.
We'll see what they can do. Remember,
the other ones aren't real.
Exactly. Well, remember, they didn't actually fully invest into the second round for Spy. They got some upgraded pistols and nades, and they left us about $500 per player. So this should be a pretty decent buy. They get 5 rifles, a kit as well, and they get the smokes, the incendiaries, so it's actually looking pretty good. Virtus Pro can win this round and be right back into it. I'll have a look at the buy for Fnatic. Not so much a bonus round, they lose a few players in the previous altercations of Virtus Pro. Nades towards the top to do damage towards Neo. Certainly succeeds in that respect, and Neo now stuck at the sandbags, but there is a Molotov down in the smokes. He can fall back. He will take more damage there, but not too much. Down to 60 HP, but Fnatic with full banana control now. In terms of their setup, they have got a big default stance. Apartment is in their grasp. It's going to be Crimson Necro holding onto that. JW patrolling middle, and Flusher and Golden at B. They won't be committing anytime soon. This is all the way down to T steps. Right now, objective, get some information, possibly find a pick if any mistakes are made by Virtus Pro. Ultimately, bleed them out for any grenades they have.
JW going to sit the bench. He almost looks like a cardboard cutout in that photo. He's standing so straight. So Krim still with the UMP. Different team, Fnatic, than those that won so many events, so many majors.
Rebuilding now, if you will.
Yeah, Golden seemingly bringing some innovation to that, but see what they do with the guns. They at least get some control of the mid wall. JW the one to be there. The rest are in banana, so he could try and lurk late, cut off rotations, play through the arch, and get to B. The question is, and it's an interesting question because no one's actually playing at arch. He could go aggressive and get to the backside of CT and still achieve the same goal.
He doesn't have to do that though. He can just stay alive there and stop all the rotations. Neo has to go absolutely huge here. It does damage, but this is where JW can really step up. He's listening out for rotations right now. He'll call they've gone towards library. He's hoping someone makes a mistake, goes down towards middle. That won't be the case, so he should be able to catch Taz in transition, or will he? Taz to take him down. JW, in my opinion, should have got more out of that. 3-on-3, certainly possible. Taz has got the kit, but he's pretty far away. Coming down Speedway now. They have to work together. And the flash up is on 18 HP.
Pasha with snacks. Taz takes out Golden. Krim's still top box. That's the angle. He's got 2 down already. Backs off, knows exactly where Snacks is because his face shows as he walks around, and Krims goes to a pistol. That's sufficient.
That is indeed 4-0 for Fnatic. They certainly are the favourites in my book coming into this one, and putting their best foot forward so far. Great work by Lekro. This entry into the bomb site, what can you do about that? Where's Neo when it's all going on? He allows his teammate to get taken down. Good positioning by Krims here. Confident in his ability to find those 2 frags. And it has to be the full eco now for Virtus Pro. I'll go for PD50s once again. Bialy with some armor. He actually invests a lot more than his teammates, but they get maximum loss bonus next round anyway. It doesn't really matter too much. It's $3,400 on top of his $1,900. There's still plenty for a buy. They're going to rush middle. Virtus Pro have always had some pretty cool ideas when it comes to full eco rounds. So Krims gets the 3-man spray down. That'll be the round done, but they will pick up an AK-47. JW can close things out, or maybe Lekro. He'll get the 5-0 for them. Orbs will come out now on the CT side almost certainly. Snacks is actually one of the better AWPers on the CT side of Inferno. He's very good at banana and going very aggressive, but Pasha is the main AWPer for them. If they go double AWPs, it'll be definitely Snacks with him, but Pasha still, as it seems right now, to be the primary sniper of the team. Decent buy. And we'll see if they want to go aggressive at all. The problem is, like, until you get some momentum, some bankroll built up, it's difficult to force the issue and take those risks, knowing you've got nothing to fall back onto. Fnatic looking focused and poised to take banana this time. They'll be dropping the bomb in T steps this time and trying to push the CTs back once again.
AW shut down in middle with smoke. But not the bullets, they'll spray through. Standard from Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro used to be famous for pushing the boiler on CG side, by the way.
Used to be famous for a lot of things.
Sure, yeah.
Winning tournaments was one of them.
That's ages and ages hence. So Golden will wait, they'll all wait. Bomb still down bottom side of mid. Now he might get a peek toward, oh, I think he would have spotted Flush there before the smoke went down, so toward Banana. Flush will get back to get the bomb and join his teammates on A because he knows at least 2 players are on B at this point in time.
Pasha hits the shot, surely. It will be JW on the other side. How has he not done that? Through the smoke, it is very well played by JW. Using the smoke as it goes down to fake, but Pasha needs to be hitting those shots, and now this gets very uncomfortable for the CTs. As you can see, they're going to collapse on the A bomb side. Taz going to find a frag. Matt, this is falling apart.
Yeah, they need to, from pit with 2 players in front, you need to at least get 1.
Yeah, Pasha, like, it's obviously different on our POV than what he sees. The smoke might have been a little bit more bloomed on his.
Plus, we have the X-ray, which misleads.
Exactly, right? So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt there, but it seemed like that he would be hitting that shot all day long. I didn't expect JW to even have a chance in that encounter. 5 on 2, though. This is not looking good for Virtus Pro. Piali and Neo will try and hold onto their weaponry, but look who's coming at T-steps.
I was going to say Piali might be found. Question is, Crims might think that they're back in spawn and not go that, never mind, go that direction. I thought he might just turn and not see him at all, but only 1 gun to be saved. That's Neo at B, and that might not even be saved because he's got Lacro heading his direction. Fair enough. He'll get Lacro at least.
Well, 6-0. And it will be JW. This is the shot, see from his POV. So he just comes out of the smoke. So it was very well timed by JW, but still, with the scope there, he's got the zoom in, you'd think he would spot him, but not meant to be. JW comes out on top. Wonderful shot by him. Do not get me wrong. 6-0, and this is going to be a force buy from Virtus Pro. Obviously, the maximum loss bonus. They can still buy an AWP, it seems. MP9s, Famuses, M4s, AWP. This is when Virtus Pro normally come to life, though. They are, for all their faults recently, they do manage to win these sort of rounds. Players like Snacks, Bialy will go absolutely massive here. They know they have to step up and find the first duel. Still world-class players in their own right. Snacks with the MP9. Another name that finds success with the lesser weaponry, shotguns, MP9s. For masses, you name it, he'll be able to make it work. Shotguns especially, it seems.
JW to get a position to top mid. No one really peeks that late from the CTs, not commonly. So consequential for now. Instead, it's more about the information Crims can ascertain from inside a boiler. And Flush is going to be left again to Banana. So very passive from Virtus Pro, but very disciplined from Fnatic. Not willing to walk into any traps, and they seem to be solving individual kills, isolated duels, rather than getting caught by crossfires. Taz, unorthodox, not necessarily, it's actually fairly common, but up on top of the windowsill, able to get a kill on Lacro that is untraded, so they'll get a start that's beneficial, but Snacks with an MP9 has to be menacing from Boiler, makes it work. He's the player on this team who can make lesser weapons work with good positioning, and he certainly found one, but Taz able to trade back as soon as he went down as well. Certainly benefits Virtus Pro until such time, exactly, that he goes back out and Crims gets the kill. So bomb picked up, they can wrap around. They have to go by Library and Pasha's AWP.
Taz did not have to go down there. They could have had a really clean round at this point, but it should still be fine. It's definitely going to be a victory. JW is trying to force a plant here, but this could still fall apart, man. He hits that shot straight away. He had a chance to plant, but still, Virtus Pro come out on top with a difficult buy. Wasn't as clean as we'd like, but Taz opened things up. Good shot from him here, as you said, from a position you see a couple of times a half, perhaps, but didn't have to challenge again. Managed to get 2 frags in total, but then it all starts falling apart. Could have fell back to the bomb side, run the timer down. 6-1. This is still double eco territory for Virtus Pro if they lose this one round. Too much was given away there. You can see 3 players down to $0. Neo, 900, Snacks, 1,000. They have to win this. If they don't, they need to be saving at least 2 rifles.
Yeah, absolutely. This is huge. This would hit them hard. What an advantage for Fnatic to get.
Yeah, double eco now would just destroy them.
Pasha's flash has to get back. Snacks needs to be slightly aggressive to take away the aggro. He's done it, but not quite, because Taz goes back and takes a significant amount of damage as well. So too did Pasha, so cautious and timid. Virtus Pro will now have to be inside of the site. Much more pace this time as well from Fnatic. A kill might have confirmed that we'd already be at A at this point, because they would have continued on relentlessly, but they'll slow it down for now. Back to playing this more methodical approach. GW has other ideas. Smoke's still down at Library. He wants to isolate towards CT, and Neo's not peeking it.
He's really not. Very defensive angle. He's hoping for a banana split. That will be coming in. Eventually, you can see 3 players towards B. News actually very well indeed.
W's got problems, though. Okay, fair enough. He just beat Snack. I was going to say, he was caught between Snacks and Neo. Does well to pull it back. Low HP on Crims. Well played from Neo to hold position.
Problem is, though, Banana's completely collapsed for the CT side. What will get planted? They've got Molotovs and smoke and CT spawn as Golden gets that one down.
Nice shot from Flusha. Even when one thing goes well, it's not all done for Virtus Pro. Taz, Pasha, no kit, AWP.
Yeah, there's no chance to save it. They have to go for it. They can't afford. There's a kill on the floor. That'll be picked up by Taz. He comes in. He has been fragging hard in the last couple of rounds. Can he find this one for them? Golden and Flusha sit in the same position, the same side of the map.
Taz won't be expecting him just 2 after seeing he blocks. Damn it, the shots. Golden does make up where Pasha's gone. He has to. No choice. You might as well at least save the op if you've got absolutely no chance in it.
That's a shame. Oh, he's not even going to do that. Wow. Well played by Flusha to go after him there. I think Pasha thought he was safe, but they do exit out, and that is going to be double eco territory now. As you can see in the bottom left, 3 players hovering on the $1,500 mark. Neo did so well to get 2 frags out of this one. Took down Crims, but as you can see in the top left, Banana fell apart. It was Flusha that finds Pasha escaping there with the AWP. If he saves that, they still have a chance in this round. They're probably forced by into it. That says it all. Pasha will lose the weapon. Doesn't look too frustrated, though. That's good as they take a timeout here. So options are take a full eco and still won't really be able to buy into the next round. It'll be a real clumsy buy, but FAMAS's, UMPs, or you go all into this one as CZs, shotguns, and try and cheese your way out of the round. Certainly possible. 7-1 down. This is looking very grim indeed for the boys over in the Polish camp. We'll see whether they can do anything with this round. I see them discussing with Cuban, of course, the coach of the team for a very long time now. Former player. And they're going to take the eco from what I can see. PT50s, no armor, no nades, full eco. So they'll have $1,900 on top of this next round. So Bialy, Grant, he's going to have you hovering around the 3K mark, and that's still not going to be enough, but it pretty much has to be another eco next round.
Atrocious start to the game for Virtus Pro. Masterclass from Fnatic. Snacks will try and be sneaky beaky. All right, fair enough. You got a good shot on the Crims. But Crims was ready for that. Reading the situation well, sits back. Golden now going to go toward Banana. He's got company with Flush at bomb. Once again, left well back toward T-spawn. Crims will go gather that now. Bialy and Neo looking to reclaim some territory. That's not likely. In fact, he was tagged through his dying teammate, Bialy. So Flusha gets 2 more.
Well.
Crims has 14 kills, by the way.
It's not bad, is it? You do like to see that. Another legend that dropped off in 2017. They're looking much better towards the tail end of him. Lots of pedigree and prestige on the server right now. Absolutely. 8-1 though, and we'll see whether Virtus Pro opt to buy this round. As you can see, 3 players at 3K. Taz, Pasha, and Bialy. Neo and Stacks could buy, but I really wouldn't recommend it. This would be a partial buy, though. You can get like upgraded pistols and some armor, perhaps, but looking to be 9-1 almost certainly. Not the game I was excited for, Matt. I was really hoping Virtus Pro come out swinging today. But still early days. They can come back and get 10-5, and it's still okay. It's
absolutely. No, it's possible, but it's definitely a difficult task with pistols this round as well. Gone for some smokes, in fact 5 of them, so everyone will be ready to try and hold off Fnatic and slow them down. Gamble, get information, stack up. What do you do to try and not only bleed the time, but force the issue? He's going to rotate back over with Pasha. Taz is still towards CT. He'll rejoin the site now, in fact. He's going to try and look to throw an additional smoke. He's done that now. That's top Banana, so of the 5 smokes, they're down to just 2 remaining and 1:15 still to play.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some positives this round for Virtus Pro, and indeed this half, not really many to find. P50s, smokes, a grenade, a flashbang, and Fnatic are playing this perfectly. They're not rushing, They're not trying to force the issue, getting some slow map control. They know, sure, they're going to be eco here, but let's just make sure we do everything we can, keep 5 players alive. The strong economy they've got a 10k on all 5 players right now. And just make sure we trade effectively, get information, and eradicate all the risks. Just play the percentages.
Snip in the smoke. Neo, good find.
Yeah, that wasn't required.
That's a gun. Absolutely not. There's no need to push when you've got weapons. They've got nothing. And you're dominating, as it were. Now you've just given them an AK to play with. So Neo will take that. Lecro's going to smoke off balcony, but back away. Bomb's heading to B, and Neo's headed that direction with... Oh, he was. He was headed that direction with AK until Crim's got the shot on Taz. Now he's unsure of exactly which way to go.
Well, Lecro is trying to sell out anything he can here. Probably goes down. This was looking so positive for Fnatic. Now it's actually a little bit messy. Neo with the AK-47, he can still cause somewhat of a disaster here, but Flasher does find that key frag, and that should be the round tied up. But still, they'll probably save the AK-47, I'd imagine. Yes, Pasha goes all the way in T-spawn, and Snacks will try and get one of his own as he holds towards the library. Probably gets his kill. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yes, he does. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Doesn't. You convinced me, and then I was like, yep. Yeah, no, play that off. Didn't say that.
You're my hype man.
That's correct.
It's bigging me up. But I will say the AK-47 and Virtus Pro, this is the chance to wake up now. They're going to have plenty of money to work with. They save the AK-47. That actually helps a lot going to the next round. If Pasha can drop that by the AWP, that's almost certainly going to happen. Time will tell.
4 rounds so far for Virtus Pro in their first 2 games.
Not great.
Not amazing.
They will be 0-2 after this game. I'm getting way ahead of myself. If they do lose this, just to reiterate, they won't be out of the tournament. It's the same format we had in the first stage of the major.
North or Astralis could end up down in that same bracket as well. Cloud9 is already there. The 0-2 is looking lethal at this point.
Yeah, agreed.
Quickly before all the nades are deployed. He doesn't quite get far enough up to get to the barrels.
Epicenter, I believe, we saw Virtus Pro really kind of show as they're still alive and kicking.
That's correct, yeah.
So they
made the final of Epicenter.
Final, that's right, and they lost to SK, I believe. So that's what we thought, okay, well, that's a so Virtus Pro-esco, isn't it? Like, they have the whole massive slump we talk about so much, and then they have one massive event, and this drop off completely again. It's so weird to try and dissect it all and work out what the problems are. Because even Taz said in his interview, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Until we start winning, I don't know what the problems are. And that's baffling.
That's a massive problem. Who do you bring in to fix it? Coach, psychologist, analysts.
This should be a better round. Let's look at at least. Neo with a nice pick towards City Spawn. Running through the flames. Uncomfortable for Fnatic here. Can they maintain the lead? Yet to be seen. Good smokes on the bomb side to allow them to focus on CT Spawn. As you can see, Flusher and Golden doing just that. But Taz finds yet another frag. 5 versus 3 now. Got to convert this one to a victory, but a good Molotov from the terrorist side. But Bialy, he says no. It's looking like a clean sweep here for Virtus Pro. Flusher desperately trying to find kills in the well, and he'll be finally taken down. Some signs of life from Virtus Pro as they go 9-2.
Yeah, good hold that time. Good rotation from Snacks as well. The smokes were clever, but they didn't do anything with it. They couldn't get anything done on the Fnatic side. So after a double eco, they get a very efficient round, make it 9-2. Keep the AWP in the hands of Pasha. Needless to say, lots of money still for Flush & Co. Day 2 already, it seems.
No AWP on the T side for Fnatic. They're not necessarily a team that needs the AWP. I think they've subscribed before to 5 AKs and AWP when required in order to get it every single time. I think that's great sometimes. But Flusher can also be great, but Snacks goes one step further. Takes him down with the AK-47. 3 players actually there, ready and waiting to fight. That's going to signal Snacks to fall back with the AK. And he's got Neo with the same weapon. So finding the opening pick once again. They managed to convert this in the previous round. Need to do that once again to avoid a harsh reset. They did manage to keep 5 players alive before, so it wouldn't be as devastating as it once was. 4 players, I beg pardon. Flusher got 1 towards the end.
Start from Snacks, assertive to get the first shot, and he's rotated as well to be dynamic on the AK. Let's try and get back toward the A site. That means they've stacked the A site ever so slightly. GW, Smoke, he's pushed this before. So it's an inkling that Snacks is pushing toward the cubby.
Absolutely. Flashbang, but Snacks is only good for one, but he maintains the advantage. That's all he had to do there. Bialy waiting behind the smoke. JW, he's doing a lot of this game. Bialy waiting for it. Takes him down. A lot of smoke pushes and trying to surprise his opponents by himself. No trade potential. He definitely is a sneaky player, but a few of the times now he's done that has actually just equated to his death.
Crims, good spread control. Better reaction to find Taz.
That's so sick.
And suddenly it's back to 2 versus 2, even when Virtus Pro looked great. And Fnatic looked questionable. They find a way to make it work. Golden's going to get the bomb plant down. Crims doesn't have to leave the balcony. He controls from apartments in the post plant.
The problem is that this round as well, Crims is such an intelligent player in these sort of clutch positions. You already got him fired up with those 2 kills. You know he's going to do something wonderful here from the apartments position. They have got a kit, but no nades to speak of. They'll stick together and hope they can find Crims and Golden. But what can you do against that? What a brilliant shot from Crims. That should shut down the round. We're running out of time here, hoping for a mistake to be made, but there it is. He'll have to fall back and try and pick up an AK, but maybe that's him outstaying his welcome. He needs to knife out and let's get the hell out of there. Golden takes him down, and once again, Matt, money is broken. Taz, $1,500. Bialy, $2,400. Neo, just above that. They can buy, but it'll be such a mishmash in terms of the weaponry they have available to them. That's a great shot by Snacks, so give him that. Through the smoke, good awareness, falls back, but Crims runs away with it. Finds double digits. It's now 10-2.
10-2, and Virtus Pro again, only winning 1 round before getting slapped back, but this time they've got a little bit more residual cash, so they have a chance to maybe distribute the wealth. Round 13, I don't see why not. In fact, I already see 4 purchased.
We'll have a look at the scoreboards while we're here, ladies and gentlemen. At the very top, Crims, of course, what a game he's having. 19 kills, 5 deaths after 12 rounds. That's nuts. On the top of Virtus Pro, there's no one really running away with it, surprisingly. It'll be Neo on 8-10. Beneath him is Taz on 7-11. At the bottom for them is Pasha, the all-pro of the squad, not really showing us much of that weapon as of yet. It's 4 for 9. The bottom of Fnatic is JW 6-7, just above Lecro 7-8. So Crims and Flush are doing great work there on the T side. Double digits already, and I did expect this. Very good need to play some rounds, and they'll go for the force by all in. AWP, 2 CZs, 2 M4s. It's down to Pasha, who's only got 4 kills so far, remember, to really try and light up the scoreboard. It has to deliver.
Behind the bags. He, one of the 2 players, limited to just a pistol. Sees at 75, GW. Close. Masks the flash being thrown and bouncing, firing to the sky. Backs through it, but does he want to push smokes? He might be served better off not. Because he takes a bunch of damage, at least traded by Flush. Golden's gonna lead. Golden's gonna lead 3-2. Crossfire, so Bialy one that traded by Neo. Neo has to fall off 19 HP, and Flusha can't locate him fast enough. There was a gap, but he couldn't get there, couldn't find the angle, so he's gonna stick the plant instead. Force the rotation from Virtus Pro, and Virtus Pro don't have any kits to work with.
I like this from Flusha though, good smoke down. Ultimate Bay, remember no kits. Every second he can get is very valuable. Snacks for the flashbang from CT Spawn and set his team up. They'll have to push the smokes now. They'll go in. Being as assertive as I'd like though, Neo presumably goes down. He's happy to go in first at low HP, get information for him for Flusha. Presumably nails that. And now it's a 2-on-2. Crims waiting for Banana. Oh, no, he doesn't.
What a shot from Snacks. I thought for sure Crims had the back exposed. So 10-second defuse, that doesn't matter because they make it work. Crims had a lineup available to him, but good reaction from Snacks. And 10-3, you said 10-5, might have been possible. Still might be.
Yeah, that'll still be fine. So that force buy does work out for Virtus Pro. They're not done here just yet. It seems they'll still have to invest into this with whatever they have. It won't be the best of buys, but definitely will have the AWP and the saved AK. Number 14. They get these last 2 rounds. I'm still believing they can do this. It's not over. Will be the UMP for Neo, so that's the main compromise they have to make. They still have the utility and the defuse kits they need. Pasha got 1 kill the AWP last round. Exactly exciting me as of yet, but we'll see what he can do in this one. Going to the closing few rounds now. Fast mid-rush, why not? Pasha misses the shot, but sets Taz up. He'll get 1, but that's all he'll find. Pasha using the incendiary to hold them off from quad, and he'll rotate round. He takes a real brave challenge there, but nails the shot down to 3 HP.
Pasha's gonna sit to the site, use the pillar has protection. He's going to need the extra armor. He's only got 3 HP. Neo missing his chance. Goes back for more. Tries to use the movement mechanics of the SMG to get the pre-fire potential. Even with the flash out, doesn't commit to it, so he'll stay alive toward the arch. And Flusha staying alive becomes a problem. Thankfully, he's now down by Biawi. It's just Crims. Pasha knows... I thought knew where he was. He was looking toward Moto. Crims with a quick kill, but walks directly toward Biawi. 4 rounds now, Virtus Pro.
That should leave Fnatic now with, I can see the money, 8K on Crimson Fair. It's not as weak as I thought. 3K and 4 on JW. They still have money for days here, but Virtus Pro at least making this game competitive. 11-4 would still be a bit of a whitewash, but 10-5, like I said, I still feel like that's a scoreline Virtus Pro can recover from. 15 kills for Flusha, 8 for Snacks. Usually the star of this Polish squad. Not really going ham just yet, but still, like I said, still a second half to come. No orb on the CT side this time. Didn't recover it. As on the Famous. AKs for Snacks and Bialy. A couple of M4s in the mix as well. Bang from Flusha. Trying to push any aggression from the CTs back. Default round for them. It looks like they're kind of focusing towards Banana right now. Thomas control comes in. Crims will flash their Molotov into position. Ascertains that no one's actually in the apartments at all.
Flusha to stay behind the barrels. No ecos required for Fnatic despite 2 rounds. For Virtus Pro. 3 of the last 4, and there's still tons of money. 5 rounds to close the half, and Virtus Pro give themselves a breath in this game. GW 6 for 9 after pushing so many smokes, but it is all Crims. Shouldn't say all. Flush has been in it as well. Smokes in GW, and in front, it's gone. It's going to be a Molotov that actually extinguishes. Is extinguished by a smoke, but that leaves a gap inside of it. So Golden's going to take the edit and push through. Unfortunately, it's caught out, completely blinded. Biawi finds a double before Lekro gets one in response. They'll redress the smoke at CT. Pasha thinks he's got permission or some sort of access to the site. He doesn't. Neo couldn't have the information for him. Good jump across from Flusha. Still though, a 2 versus 2 bomb not planted. 13 seconds. They have to recover the bomb. Crims has done that. Flusha's going to play the gap to cover him off. And there's no one else toward Ruins. So a free plant for Crims. Instead, though, it's Banana that's going to be the bigger problem with Snacks coming through. Taz faces already. Snacks gets a little bit of information that they are toward the back of the site as a result. That gives him a good lineup. Snacks, good shot. Flusha.
Well, they predict that Crims is in that back position as well. It's a common strategy, and sometimes CTs will forget about that and not check the position.
Check it. They cleared everywhere else. They came from Banana. They already cleared Ruins. They get it down to 1-on-1 at least for Crims, but Snacks gets the shot. He's got a kit. 10-5, so at least somewhat recovered.
They managed to win 4 out of the last 5 rounds, so good recovery from Virtus Pro. It's not over just yet. They can win the pistol and be right back in this game. They know it. We do as well. It's Bialy doing a great job from out of the smoke there. Good flashbangs coming in, and that's much better from Virtus Pro. Rough start, but still in this game, almost certainly. Pistol will be very indicative as to how it pans out. Crims is 23 kills, finished half, just a note.
Not bad.
4 sets of armor in terms of utility, just decoys so far for the Virtus Pro boys. They'll take all the time they'd like. You get 2 minutes at half-time, as we discussed earlier. Bialy yet to buy any sort of utility or armor, so he'll probably get a smoke and flashbangs, I'd imagine. No upgraded pistols as of yet. 4 decoys, wondering do they try and do anything with those? Not really too much you can do. I guess you could bait out, you're doing a banana execute with decoys flying over the air, very high up ones. And force of rotations, you're getting ready to pounce on A.
What happens if you drop your pistol and throw a decoy? You have no guns.
It still makes the goal.
The decoy, no, I know.
Yeah, sadly.
I was trying to catch you on that one. Didn't work.
Didn't.
What noise would it make? Like knife just swiping at the ground?
Yeah. Ting, ting, ting. But, yeah.
What you could do with those, it's hard to say where you would do it on Inferno, but on Train, you could throw them over toward the A site and mask as they come over top that they are smokes. Not too once pointed that out that Astralis used to run that strategy. So 10-5, 2 minutes now gone. We'll get back underway. Golden, the one with the kits and the smoke. Apparently all the decoys are just going to go to top middle. Just biff them over the top of the roof at the stairs. And then they'll rush immediately after them as well. Just decoys, boys. Oh, here they are. And there they go. Crims, good shot. Taz down. Crims is backed off as well to get a better position. That brings JW back around in front of Library. And crossfire established with bomb flung forward. Flush is going to rotate. They've recovered the bomb at the very least, but they're losing men quickly. And Neo, even though he jumps across to evade Flush up, JW and Lekro have kills.
Dirty shot to finish it off from Flush there. Very calm from Fnatic. Virtus Pro going for the fast play through the decoys top of middle to maybe mask their footsteps and let them get as close towards top of middle as possible. Then fully committed towards the arch side, but Crims and JW shutting it down. Hitting all the lovely headshots required. Flush coming in with that fifth. Great stuff by them, and Virtus Pro now need to choose their play. Traditionally, if the bomb doesn't get planted, you force buy in the second round, but as we saw from G2 earlier, you can just go for a full eco here and get Khalil's out in the third round. I assume they'll force buy. That's the only thing that makes sense to me at this point. You can't allow Fnatic to get another round for free. What are they going for? Armor for Bialy, he is all in. Snacks, Neo, and Taz. No armor purchased as of yet. Pasha the Orb might not buy anything more than this. But they are indeed all in. Just Pasha with residual cash, which is now gone. He got a helmet instead. CZs, PD50s, smoked flashbangs. We'll have a look at the initial setup. With the 2 HG grenades, I'd imagine they maybe nade Banana at the start and push some CDs back. There'll only be Pasha there for now as they focus towards second middle.
Snacks jumps across the balcony. Crims is going to bait JW at Cubby. What need, who knows? JW's got an M4. It's not like he's trying to bait in an SMG, it's actually the opposite way around.
Still with their smokes here. One player. B is Golden. If they can take him down, they have an open sight. They can catch him on the rotations. That's a big if though. Pasha fires a shot at top of B. Hitting the 1 minute mark. They will focus on this area, going for a full B execution. Golden's only got that MP9 against armored opponents. This will be a difficult task for him to hold them at bay.
They have to call a rotation at this point. As soon as he gets faced and forced back, Flush is on the way.
Yeah. Absolutely. They'll go for a smoking CT spawn. Coffins, Molotov, they don't actually have, so they have to be brave here. And hope they can at least trade frags. Good flashbang comes through. Taz had his face to the wall to dodge it. Flush though so aggressive in these positions, and he still has a flashbang available when they fully commit.
So here's the third. Crims will rotate as well from Speedway and flush it. 2 MP9s will go to Coffins, so they want to get rifle in position. Golden killed. Flush steps out. Crims did get one just before the smoke bloomed. 12 for Fnatic.
Nothing really achieved there by Virtus Pro. He did a little bit of damage to Golden. I think that was about it. Good flashbangs, good rotations for Fnatic, almost perfect that round. No bomb planted. This has to be the full eco now, and it will be 13-5. See how Golden's doing a fantastic job there. 3 kills in total with that MP9, close range, good synergy from the CT defense. Smiling, of course. And they know 13-5's coming in. A chance to farm some cash here with the SMGs. 2 MP9s and MP7 for Lekro. 2 M4s, which won't be as aggressive, but just Glocks, not a single dollar invested into round number 18 here.
Good need. Flush is going to take out Pasha. TW again, they're going to play toward Cubby with Crims. Golden and Flush are all the way down the bottom of T stairs already. They'll take out Neo. Look toward vault middle. They'll spawn Taz. Look at a number of damage in, and they now know where both remaining players are. Tap with an MP9. Not amazing. Taz wants to slip out behind him and get a kill. Flush is not apt to that, so 13 rounds now for Fnatic. And we'll put them to a 1-1 scoreline if they find those remaining 3. And Virtus Pro at 0-2 with Cloud9 already down there. And with Astralis or North due to make an appearance in that pool as well. That's pretty scary.
Here we go then. Do or die time. So this is 16, the game's not over, but hard bonus round from Fnatic here. You can see they kept the 3 SMGs, trying to keep a high bankroll. JW and Crims are the only rifles here. They go super aggressive. Doesn't seem to be the case, but they are sending two players towards the end of the apartments. It's going to be Lecro and indeed Golden trying to challenge the AKs. They'll push right down there. This is actually quite interesting. Bialy's waiting for it. Timing could be a little bit off though. Spots one. Oh, get the damage and they'll trade very well though. They have the advantage at least for now. 4 versus 3.
Advantage and some space to work with toward A. With two players that aggressively going down, they're going to know that A's relatively unopen. No one in pit. TW refuses to leave Cubby. Just going to make that his home this entire half. He's yet to be challenged there, so he wants it to work at least once. You get that really stubborn teammate in matchmaking. Always plays the same spot until something happens there. Crims will rotate around to the A side of the site. Snacks has not yet left the apartment, so the fact that Crims is there, although without any information above him, certainly will slow them down on their approach. GW is still hoping the smoke is going to benefit. Spotted, gets one. He's got to get out of there at this point in time, so nade just to get the... Oh, wow. Great shot. I was going to say the residue to help him get across, but headshot to Taz. Forces Snacks out. He'll get JW back. Crims has actually evaded. I thought he went back to the pit. He pushed forward, so good turnaround, and that's going to take time away. 26 seconds. Bash is a long way away.
Yeah, he's got a smoke, a flashbang, and two players are finally making a lot of noise at this point. Here he comes. Take him down, and which he does. This game might be over, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be Virtus Pro out of plan once again. So the opening pick that was required, remember, that's a full bonus round that Fnatic has just won. 3 SMGs, 2 rifles, and it's JW who hears the smoke bounce from Neo. Neo's ready for the shot, but JW is too quick in those sort of positions. Drops the HE grenade, but Taz absolutely outplayed that. JW's famous for that play, dropping the HE, using the smoke it creates to peek certain angles, and they will have to take another... Not even so much a partial buy. They get some armor, 3 sets of that, some upgraded pistols. Looking very likely we go 15-5 here. Oh, the nades are brutal.
Taz.
Good lord.
That's just ridiculous. When things aren't going your way, that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, it's about 200 damage inflicted there. As we'll see them just run through the flames now. Desperate at best, 1 by 1. And there's no way to this round, I'm afraid. It's going to be match point for Fnatic. Clinical stuff from them. They're playing very well. But Virtus Pro really haven't showed up for this one. 10 rounds in a row required for overtime.
Ten rounds for Virtus Pro. They've achieved 5 rounds in this game. That's 2 more than they achieved yesterday against QBF, and perhaps wrongly we assessed QBF and thought, well, Virtus Pro must have been really off. Not that they aren't. But QBF then took down Gambit as well, so Taz, good performance to get started in the middle, aggressively flashed himself in, jumped immediately into the small pit, the underpass position, took down Crims.
5 and 4, they've had this lead before. Snacks now in the boiler room. No mistakes can be made at this stage, and it's going to be JW missing the shot towards boiler room. Almost gifted that one. Couldn't quite find it, but nails that shot. Pasha goes down once again. Pasha might finish this game with 6 kills and 18 deaths, and this round goes against him.
Wow.
Very poor performance from him.
28 kills, I think, for Crims at this point.
Yep, and 25 for Flusher. They've gone absolutely wild.
Those two dictating the pace. Yeah, he waits at the apartments to try and work toward Lecro, but Bomb's heading back toward B. So 4 versus 4, and they're going to isolate Golden. Straight contact would actually be interesting. Flusha seems to think that they are heading that direction, but Lecro's called it off. Straight contact is exactly what they're going to be, because late smoke to CT, they won't have time to react. So Neo, Taz, and Snacks are in. Golden just needs to stay efficient. At this point in time, he does better than that. He gets 1 kill. Looks for Taz. Can't quite get him on the right side of the smoke.
Here comes Flusher though. Molotov's out of position for now, so the bomb will be planted safely. And wait for his teammates to come through. It's going to be JW, the AWP, and they're brave to jump across like that. Snacks, what are you doing? Down he goes now. It's up to Taz. Good position from him. Boosted up, but there he is. Nails a shot. Well played. 2 on 2 now. Lecro coming in. Knows Taz is going to be towards Emo. He probably has to move out of position, and then we'll have Bialy towards the banana area.
And actually just smoke Taz in there. Force him out. Leave him in a position where he can't do anything. Render him useless. And not only that, gets him running before the smoke blooms. He's tagged at 22, which means pressure to Bialy. They can try and get on the defuse. They're going to try and get on the defuse. But Bialy with 9 HP has pulled them off it, and Flushes prone and ready, but unfortunately, no kits, no time. I think he did pick up the kit on the way through, but still it's going to go to Virtus Pro.
Yeah, well, some things will work with their Virtus Pro around in their favor. Flusher will save the AWP. They've got money for days, I'd imagine. Yeah, they've got 12k on Flusher. He can drop all the weapons required, saves the AWP at the same time. He keeps Virtus Pro very modest, taking down all 5 players. Galil comes out for Neo. 4 AKs around him. 9 rounds in a row required now as they at least start their campaign to close the gap here.
You can't quite land the flick fast enough toward the bottom of the middle. Pasha will survive, but Neo will not. Micro wins that exchange. 4 players. 3 now, but 4 players in the apartments for Virtus Pro. Taz was one of them. He'll go back. So is Biawi, so they're going to slow this down. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what they do. JW has his own plans, and Pasha's gone now as well. Just 3 players remain for Fnatic, or excuse me, I suppose for Fnatic as well. For Fnatic to find that is Crims. No need to push this. He's just going to sit inside of it and hope that they go by him. That's exactly what they're going to do. He swings around, walks back out, goes through in front of him. Crims, oh, he actually thought he got the kill and looked away too soon. That means Taz stays alive, Biawi as well, but it won't matter. Flusha and Lekro have the kills, 16-6. Fnatic have the win. They'll go 1-1.
Well, Virtus Pro suddenly were the underdogs coming into this one. Fnatic looking better and better as the months roll by. Clinical performance from them, and Virtus Pro, it's more heartbreak, I'm afraid. They go down to the 0-2 bracket, where there are some deadly teams ready and waiting for them.
Very deadly, absolutely. That's going to be it. Like we say, North or Astralis, both those guys can be deadly on any day, and Cloud9's already down there, and they've looked pretty solid throughout last week. A little bit more struggle, I guess, this week, but still, tough task.
Yeah, Virtus Pro yet to show up in this tournament whatsoever. A couple of good rounds, but that's not going to be enough to go deep in this tournament.
We have to wonder, what is the catalyst for change? They've been together for so long, legends of the game. They're now 0-2. Fnatic gets a 1-1. We'll take a break. When we come back, we continue on. 3 games left to go today.
People who don't believe in champions, I got nothing but dreams inside.
Watch CSGO E-League on Sliver.tv. Win tons of free prizes.
Here's the sights.
Thousands of winners every match.
Sliver.tv.
Sliver TV.
Sliver.tv.
Oh my God.
E-League crates, stickers, knives, skins, and more. 100% free to play. Win.sliver.tv.
Head on over to win.sliver.tv to watch CSGO and win free prizes. And I'm going to send Virtus Pro the link because I just want them to win something. Maybe a match, but not this one, guys.
You had to do it, didn't you?
It's my job as a host, apparently.
Well,
I have to be needlessly cruel at all times.
Crims wasn't nice on him either, was he? We were talking about him pre-game. Was it? What did he end with? 25? Almost 30? I didn't see the final score. All I know is he had about 20 first half. And for me, the story the whole time was it looked like pretty normal Counter-Strike, but every situation, Fnatic was just outplaying them. And less a couple B executes by Fnatic that VP capitalized on. But right here, Crims, this late round play, they get an advantage. Crims takes it right back. So the whole time, individually and as a team, mostly getting outplayed. Obviously, both pistols helps, but it was a rough one.
Yeah, both pistols again. I mean, VP doubled their rounds from yesterday, so there's a silver lining for you, Richard. But I think, you know, you would maybe point to, yeah, but they couldn't get an opening kill at all, or they were always at a disadvantage, or they were being reset all the time. It's none of that. It's any given situation during the game, they were just outplayed by Fnatic. And I loved the way Fnatic played. You could really see the depth that they have with this new lineup. Early on the T side, they were playing really slow, baiting out the utility from VP, and then having good executes to end the rounds late with you know, a couple of smokes, flashes. That's not something you would see from Fnatic 6 months back, perhaps. It was mostly just trying to get picks and duels and so forth. So great evolution of that team in the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I just, you know, when you watch all these other teams play Inferno now, we watched G2 just before that, and you see how, or a couple matches ago, you see how they take banana control and how they fight. I don't know if VP's scared, but whenever I saw VP fight, it was in unorthodox ways, like Taz fighting Porch by himself, even though VP won the round I'm thinking of. But a lot of the rounds when you're watching Fnatic on T-side there, they have car control, they got top mid control, and like Yanko said, most of it was literally getting outplayed on a team and individual level.
Yeah, it was pretty painful to watch, especially if you're a Virtus Pro fan. But anyway, let's take a look at the standings. Virtus Pro down there now with Cloud9. You know, it's a real tough one for them. But, you know, it's pretty good for Fnatic. They get that 1-all, and they're going to be in that mix now where they might get lucky and get a weaker opponent when we do go through to the draw. Now, Na'Vi will be hoping to go 1-1 when they take on Big a little bit later on, in just a few moments. And Sue actually interviewed Flamey earlier today.
Hey Flamey, first I want to touch on the game you guys had against Gambit yesterday. It felt like for most of the game they maintained control, but from your perspective, what do you think went wrong or what happened there?
I don't know what happened, but whole game went very bad for us. We just can't hit the shot. We couldn't even read them, and they did everything perfect. We didn't thought that they would play like that, but as you can see, our in our tournament race, it's all games are very strange. So we had a good team talk, and I hope everything will be better in next games.
Well, speaking of your tournament games, in the last 2 weeks, just like you said, feels like we're seeing a very hot or cold version of Na'Vi, because when you guys win, it's super dominant, but when you lose, it also feels sort of one-sided. So is it a psychological problem when you guys start to lose some points, or what's going on?
Yeah, I think it's more psychological than our game, but as you can see, we won versus lower teams than we lost, such as Mousesports, FaZe, and Gambit is better teams than we won. But we know that we can play good against good teams as well. But we can't find our game right now, and we are trying to fix that in the fastest way possible. So we're just trying to fix and hope everything will be better in next games.
Well, speaking of your next game, you have a chance to go 1-1 now. You'll be going up against Big. So do you think we'll be seeing the dominant Na'Vi today?
I won't say that we will crush them because you never know what will happen in game, but This team is not the best team in the world, so we just need to focus and play our A game to win. And I know that we can win it.
Right, thank you so much, Flamey, and good luck.
So there you have. Jordan remarked off camera that he's grown into a handsome young man. He certainly has, Jordan. But that's
looking
not
good.
going to help him in this game if he doesn't deliver.
No, but he does have Simple on his team, and that does help people delivering, and Electronic these days. So it's exciting. You know, this team, Edward used to be one of the legends, Flamey used to be one of the legends, Zeus is one of the legends. Navi is one of those teams that at any given day could take down the top dog, so it's going to be an uphill battle for Big in this one.
Yeah, and you heard him say there, we know we can play good against the big team, Shanko, but, you know, they haven't really been showing that. They're kind of in the middle of the pack right now, and they really got to start finding some form on an individual level, I think.
Yeah, I think they desperately need some momentum. It seems like the atmosphere in the team isn't great. You know, while they were losing to Gambit, things were slipping away. There was no one there to rally the troops. You could see how the game just snowballed out of their control. And I agree they have obviously enough individual skill to battle some of these lower tier teams, as Flamey pointed out in the interview. But against the really good teams, that's simply not enough. They're going to have ways to neutralize your star players, and you're going to have a good amount of teamwork to really overcome those tougher opponents.
So, Jordan, they're going to be going up against Big, and you know, I've got respect for Big. I've got respect for what they've achieved. I think they've been making strides forward. I think in Tabson, they have got a low-key star player that maybe doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. But you look at that lineup, and you've still got to say, not really a great deal of firepower there when we look at someone like Navi.
Yeah, it's just tough because I think no matter way you look at it, Big just has an uphill battle. And when you're facing someone like Navi, they have such a deep strat book that I just can't really see Big, even if Tabson pops off, taking this one. You know, I love the guys there. They always put in a great effort. But I guess since the major, without too much of those gimmicks, I don't want to say it like that, but that's the truth. We haven't seen him put much on paper.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
I think stylistically, if you combine these two teams, you get the perfect team, right? Big, amazing teamwork, great team play, great use of utility. Navi, great firepower and great individual players, right? And that in itself tells you that this game is going to be a clash of styles and that both teams have unique ways they need to play in order to win this game. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach countering each other, right? Because against Navi, you don't want to give them easy fights, easy duels. They have amazing individuals. Against Big, you want to disrupt them, play a bit aggressive so that they can't just sit back, execute their default, and then, you know, end the round with a set piece on you.
Yeah, and I think what Big have to find is a little bit of consistency, you know, in terms from their big heavy hitters, you know, which Kiev is going to turn up, you know. Can Legia go consistently throughout a game without having an absolute howler, you know, where he makes a terrible mistake? These are very important things if Big are to sort of find that next level and be able to take down big teams. Now, the veto is in. The streak continues. Big got Inferno. Big Inferno. They're just never going to play another map at a major ever again. So we are going to see them on undoubtedly their best map and one that they've mastered. Navi's going to start on that CT side. Navi seem pretty happy to play Inferno these days as well, with mixed results.
Yeah, you know, the last time we watched Big, I was giving a lot of props on the strats they had and how, you know, on a map like Inferno, you could really catch people off guard with those strats. But when you're so focused on every bit of timing being right, if something goes off, it could really snowball with their team. Yeah. And we saw them in their last match on Inferno. So hopefully they can get things together a little bit here in terms of like map control and execs, and then maybe we'll have an interesting match. But other than that, I think they're simply a little bit outmatched.
Do you think it's a risk from Navi to let this through?
I think it is a little bit. They don't have that much choice, and Big is definitely going to look back to that Liquid game and see, you know, obviously that they were doing pretty poorly with fighting off the early aggression from Liquid. So what I want to see from both teams here is realizing how they need to play against their opponents and just trying to execute that, because both have looked very poorly in their openers in this new Legend stage, and you really, it's pretty obvious the way you need to play against each other. So I want to see that and that they put in the work in terms of preparation. I definitely expect it from Big, but I more so am curious to see whether Navi has done it properly.
Right, so with that in mind, it's Jordan's favorite part. This is predictions, Jordan. You're always making predictions.
Yeah, I mean, I chose Navi. It's just flat out. I choose you.
Okay.
Yeah, I went with Navi as well. I think just that their firepower is, even with all the team play that Big has, I think it's going to prove too much to handle, and that Navi will show up on an individual level.
All right, well, Navi still in the huddle. Lots of hugs. Big are sat down and ready to go. Gives us a little moment just to show you what we were talking about earlier with...
See, it is. You can't even comment on it. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's right there.
We are going to see Anders up next. Or is it Kublai Khan? Who really knows? It is frightening. Brilliant. It's classic. So, yeah, do get involved on social media and tell us which historical figures we look like down the years. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, you're going to see Kublai Khan and his henchmen cast this game. Make sure you join us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Boost Mobile Casting Desk. I'm with Moses, and we're about to head into Big and Navi on Inferno. What do you think about that?
I mean, Inferno again. We've had a lot of that today.
Yes.
Also for Big. It's what? The transitive property of inequality, right? Because, what was it? It was Liquid beat Big on this map yesterday, and then Navi destroyed Liquid on this map. So you'd have to expect that Navi's going to beat Big.
That is some fairly convoluted logic, but listen.
I went for a risk. It doesn't always pan out.
I think Navi's going to win this game too.
Okay.
And that's going against my my good friend God B, that I really love, and I really like his playstyle. So, and just his overall approach to the game, huge fan, obviously. But yeah, I wasn't very impressed by Big yesterday, and I feel like Navi have been trending up with a couple of stumbles every once in a while, but you know, looking better.
The problem is you can like admire the game plan that he's able to put together and the tactics he's able to pull off on any of the maps. But what we saw, you know, just the other day on this map was Liquid not even letting Big get to the point of executing any of those strategies. And if that's going to happen again, I mean, you have someone like Simple who's going to be crazy. It's going to be dangerous times. There's a good amount of utility though on Big for the pistol round. McGee and Gabi bring in smokes and flashbangs and Molotovs. 3 players at top banana for Na'Vi. They're going to be blocked off by a Molotov, and as you'll probably see throughout this half, a bit spread out, and actually Nex already taking some damage and trying to run the gauntlet. They're going to find Simple. There's still 2 more players here. Decent nade damage, and turning the corner, Nex finds Edward. It's just Zeus. He gets 2, and he keeps going for more, and he's not able to get any of them.
It's quite impressive. It looked like maybe they were going to be stopped there. I'm shocked that they checked the corner that close, but great job by Nex, honestly, just sort of running in there. Gob did pick up 2 of the kills, but I feel like Nex was sort of the tip of the spear in that one. It's Electronic and Flamey now left. 2 versus 3. The bomb has already been planted. They do not have a kit picked up, and if they had one, Na'Vi, it's going to be way out on banana, so very hard to get in and try and pick it up. They've even been smoked off on the one side, which means Big have a very good chance of stopping this defuse. It would take forever at this rate. We'll see what happens. They are starting to get in there, setting down for the 10-second defuse. That is a very long time, and this face has gone long before that bomb is going to be gone. Gob with a quad kill to start Big off.
Yeah, that would have been, that's just too much for Flamey, isn't it? He would have had to hit like 3 immediate headshots, essentially. As soon as they turn the corner, flashbang preventing that. So you see a mixture of just smart play, smart tactical play out of Big, and also just the overpowering of Gabi and Nex taking control of top banana before closing it out. So 1-0, that's a good start for Big. You could hear the chant, the yell. Obviously a big deal for them to get started on the right foot.
Yes, I think it is, and I mean, I think Yanko pointed it out well enough. The clash of styles here is going to be a little bit weird, so I really look forward to seeing how they all deal with that. There is a bit of an upgrade coming in here from the Na'Vi side, so that means they're going to have slightly fewer grenades in the 4th round, unless, of course, they can pick this one up. But on Inferno, I'm all right with it. These pistols at any range are going to be pretty good.
Edward's going to be the first one. That's a nice flashbang, but Nex had the cover of the wall. Flamey's coming down mid. He's finding a lot of information. He's going to get behind him. Here's a mistake out of the spread default from Big. They've allowed a gap. Flamey's going to see 2, going to see 3, and this is always the hardest part. Lining him up, and he gets 2. He does it perfectly. And he's got great positioning as well. How long does he stay focused here? They wrap around him, and finally, they're almost able to take care of him, and they just do. Lagia finds that kill, but the damage is done.
That's an unbelievably impactful round, and followed up by Electronic. And you can imagine now the rest of the Big squad, they're going to be so confused after that situation. Those 2 Deagle shots, it's not always so easy to line them up, even if you've got, you know, more or less stationary targets. They're Simple with 1 more headshot. The attacks on the other side spraying right through. That might not have been necessary. It was a 3-on-1. Now it's a 1-on-2, so gotta be very careful. Rushing through just as bomb goes down. Tabs and tapping away, taking down Zeus. Just like that, it's a 1 versus 1, and he has to help for it, but Electronic gonna come rolling into the bomb site. No armor or anything, he still wins the fight. And Na'Vi bring it right back. That is, I really want to see those 2 shots from Flamey again. The first one, yeah, sure, but the second one, that's not so easy.
I was so nervous. I thought that was gonna be just another highlight of someone missing easy shots from behind. Those can be so tough, but yeah, this is perfect. And if you're Big, what you're talking about now is how did he get there, who messed up, who looked away from their spot, who was supposed to be covering that. It's a good thing Electronic wins that 1-on-1 as well, because Tapson was given a chance there, spamming through, finding Simple in the smoke, and then Zeus obviously taking a fight before Electronic is even ready to trade, so could have been a scary situation, but it does turn around, and that's harsh for Big.
But they're not going to give up so easily. They have an AK-47, and kind of shocking to me, it's on Gabi. It might just have been the spawn that he got close to middle. He wanted to run in there and try and take a fight with someone, but I would have said someone taps another. He does get the perfect spray right through the smoke and taking down Edward. That's beautiful. Now it gets a little bit interesting here. I mean, obviously now Na'Vi know that there's at least an AK in play. They also have some grenades here.
Yeah, the intel is out on this kind of aggressive buy, at least on 1 player. Flamey and Simple gonna stick around in banana. Going to boost up on that half wall. That will allow Flamey to rotate back if he chooses to. Simple can get the early spot and fall away. Would be excellent if he could just get 1 kill before falling back, but he's got an early warning system set up at the B bomb site, so they can bring 3 over towards A, help shore that up, and meanwhile Big is going to readjust. They want to go back towards the B bomb site when this smoke clears.
The one interesting thing is that Simple has no grenade, so if they try and run him down, then You can't really sort of stop them by putting even a flashbang in, so it's going to be a little bit risky. Does hear some footsteps on the other side. Jump comes through, Simple handling things very well. Taking out Gobby and Nex. That is also the AK picked up again here by Legia. 3 versus 4 now. In about 35 seconds, they are starting to make their way onto the A-bomb side. Electronic down in the pit, or at least close to it by the balcony here. And Sousa at the other side of the crossfire, and some good timing there. Electronic not waiting even a second.
That's a deep angle he took, really tough to clear out. Nicely done. Pop flash into its lane. Electronic getting aggressive again, wanting to kill on the key. It's just Legia with the AK, spraying wildly. Not going to connect with anything doing that. And Na'Vi survive the tactical purchase of the one AK-47.
Yeah, and I don't even think it really did enough damage for it to be reasonable. I mean, like, you want to get, 4 kills or something if you're going to end up doing that. Didn't really work out for them this time. So a 2-1 scoreline, and we're heading into the 4th round. We do have more grenades being picked up here and some upgraded pistols for Big. So the fact that they didn't get the bomb plant down, they know they're going to probably have to save anyway. So just get what you can here. I think this is all very reasonable.
And it's all about limiting the money that's going to flow in towards Na'Vi. So that's the other portion of this, is just get a couple kills, do something to help out. We'll see what they can do. Again, aggressive on Banana for Na'Vi. 3 players, much like the pistol run. This time, Flamey pushes all the way down, gets that opening kill. They're going to follow up with 1 more. Next can't handle it. And this buy all of a sudden is just looking like wasted money for Big. And a 3-on-5. Keith Tabson and Legia all spread out at the moment. Simple with this op. Patiently waiting for someone to show themselves.
Ooh. Scopes away just at the wrong time. Always annoying. But I don't think he's in much danger right now. He's got Zeus right next to him, so even if they try and jump him, he should be in a pretty decent position. Really far Molotov coming out. That's interesting.
Forces Simple off the corner, isolates Zeus. He's in a tough spot. Simple's not rotating back to help him. There's the flash and blinds him. Simple misses a shot, but he follows up nicely. And with the USB, takes down 1. Tapson able to do some more damage. They'll be able to salvage the op, so that was at least a victory that Big wanted to get, was keep the op away, try and drop it onto the ground and make sure they can't recover it. It's not going to happen. And Big once again spending some time on pistol, so still not putting together a very good buy until perhaps the 6th round of this half.
Yeah, that's very rough. That's such a low economy for almost the first half of the half.
Especially, especially for considering they haven't done a whole lot of damage with these buys. They're still going back to it.
Very interesting indeed. That, by the way, was the first kill of the game for Edward. Now, I think one of the reasons why you want to maybe think twice about picking Inferno against Na'Vi is that Edward has historically had some very good games on this map. I sort of comes back to me time and again, and he's not really sort of popping off just yet, but definitely want to be just a bit careful with him. Deep grenade almost catching Nex, but this is a dangerous game to be playing if you're Edward.
Yeah, it really is. You don't want to catch a bullet just jumping over and trying to be clever. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you can see Keeve on your screen lining up a smoke. Couple other players, or excuse me, lining up a Molotov. I'm assuming, Anders, that's for the top of the roof up in mid?
Yes, it will be, and there's a follow-up flashbang that can be thrown that blinds everybody as well. So yeah, he's going to try and put that in. Only really gonna it's not even gonna catch Simple, not enough anyway, and he's gonna get the kill on Tabson. Now 4 versus 5, and they're trying to see if they can wrap around, at least get a bomb plant down. That will give them maybe some more damage. Electronic gonna pick up 1 good kill there. Inside of the smoke, Leggy has disappeared for a while. When he comes back out, he's gonna get a quick headshot on Simple. That's actually a very sneaky play, and he almost takes down Zeus, but the rest of the backup is here, and it's gonna be the end for Leggy as well. No bomb plant, and a 4-1 scoreline, so...
The desperation Molotov at the end as well didn't look too pretty. Na'Vi starting to pile it on. And now finally we're going to see the AKs come out. It seems like it's been a while with that one kind of purchase we saw earlier. They've been forced back, so no mouse.
Oh, for the PC?
No idea. Oh, yeah, that one. I was like, surely our observers have a mouse. They do indeed have a mouse.
I used to play Duke Nukem 3D without a mouse for a while.
How'd you do that?
Just look
arrow keys?
Yeah, arrows and QWE.
It's not even worth it at that point, is it?
I mean, it's another time, Moses.
Your childhood remains depressing.
Yeah, it does.
It's a continuing saga with you. Next takes some bullets through the smoke. Edward's still messing around with it, and he's not getting the kills, but he's doing massive amounts of damage. A pretty good return grenade from Big does some decent chip damage over to Zeus and Simple. But it's Nex who's left bleeding at 6 HP.
It's a frustrating way to get started, but it is kind of par for the course if you're going to go for this banana control wall. Like, you really just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which I think is I mean, I guess you could just sort of roll the dice and say, maybe we win it, get the kill and roll through, but, you know, it's if you're this far behind, especially when the economy's going rather well for Na'Vi, you want to maybe not gamble on that.
The only time that Big's done really had success controlling the top banana was on that pistol round. Once the rifles have come out, Na'Vi have held onto that pretty securely, which can have scary implications for the rest of this half if Big can never wrestle control away. You really, really need to be able to take that portion of the map as terrorists at some point just to keep the defense honest. Tapson and Gabi come up top mid. Molotov's out, smokes as well to protect them. So they've got the information that it's a passive defense. 30 seconds left.
I was going to say, that's super valuable, but the problem is they have so little time that by the time they show themselves on this side, Zeus is going to call in the backup. Guaranteed almost Edward and Simple are going to rotate almost immediately when this happens. Edward's already falling back now. Zeus not actually not falling all that far back, and the Molotov and the spray comes in. He almost gets the triple. So much damage onto the rest of Big as well. And Edward's got the lineup, sprays down one, dropping the bomb with 8 seconds, and there's no recovering that. Kiev has to run, and maybe even has to die right now. Time runs out and they kill him, then that's a huge problem. He won't get the lost bonus. Looks like they're going to hold on to it, so almost a little bit shocked at that. They had him boxed in fact.
I guess they just are prioritizing building up that money. They don't want to risk any of their weapons, even just 1 or 2 to really punish him there. But regardless, stellar play from Zeus. I didn't think he was going to spot. I think he was going to get caught and surprised. But that Molotov is perfectly timed. They have to start running through it as well, even while it's still burning. Look at all the damage being taken. That's beautiful, and this is tough part if you're Big and you're playing this tactical style and you're running the clock down low and you're just trying to gain some map control before hitting, is exactly this. You need to have someone kind of take control at a certain point, play by instinct, and try and take a fight, try and take a kill. Because if you're just leaving it to a 5-on-5 with 30 seconds left, this is the danger.
Yeah, I guess at the most sort of fundamental level of tactical play on Inferno does mean pushing the counter-terrorist force back into B and away from Arch and Quad. That way you can try and draw someone away from the bomb site that you're attacking. Like that's the easiest way to put it, right?
Right, and it's also it's why it's so important to be able to take Banana as a terrorist, is because you want to be able to leave one person there, maybe 2 people there, so you can come back to it and you don't have to clear everything, and you don't have a chance of being spotted out early. The fact that Big hasn't been able to take that really makes it difficult to execute with under 30 seconds.
So what they have this time, Key with a saved AK-47, but things are looking very rough right now for the Big team, and this is where I would put my trust or my hopes in Gabi to try and come up with something that we haven't really seen, you know, just one good execute. A little bit of some miscommunication going on. There we go.
Please stand. Well, we'll see how it works. Flamey and Zeus there. I think they're lining up that Molotov again, so Zeus might have a bad time.
In fairness, I would pity Flamey if he had to carry Zeus up on a roof, though.
That's not the best role, is it? We always talk about people who take the unfavorable.
Look at this beautiful grenade that Tapson is going to throw. That's the one that's going to land over by that ninja corner, but usually it's thrown much closer to the middle and with much more risk. So we're actually going to see a double firebomb into the middle here that will make it a little bit tough. It's such a shame that Na'Vi have already fallen back. I wish I could see this live, you know, when someone was actually there.
Good call by Na'Vi, though. A lot of time being spent by Big, and they just fall back, realizing it's still going to be difficult with just pistols for them to even take this pit, especially when they're doubled up. There's Zeus, Electronic in there as well. Zeus has been taken out, but Electronic's just going to add on to it. Flamey with 1 as well, and Big is losing too many players. Electronic makes it look easy. Doesn't even get touched. 4 kills for him.
And if you notice in that little sequence from Electronic, and it's one of the reasons why he's such an exciting player, is just how good he is at sort of predicting the next target. He definitely has a very cool idea about where the next one's going to be coming in. Swaps out quick for the his composure is just so high, and he is a very young player as well, you got to remember, so definitely worth having him on the team, I would say.
Got that flattering shot of him coughing as well in there. That's always key.
Yeah, you got to get that in. 10-1, by the way.
Yeah, he's playing well.
All he wants for eye camos.
As long as he's producing. We still haven't seen the op come out on Kiev whatsoever. I guess maybe you can question some of the economic decisions. We've seen a lot of rounds of Big on armored pistols, and that's a great shot by Simple coming down the stairs. And again, this is exactly how Big struggled against Liquid, is just losing too many players before they even get into position to hit a bomb site.
Yeah, it's getting very uncomfortable at this point. I would even say watching it's becoming a little bit difficult. Just how do you